hey, here's Grandma Hershey gonna do her best for you. That's what's important. Okay. So I want to talk about the types of recipes that you're going to get here. The reason why I do this show is because I want to help people. I feel really bad when a person can't enjoy food. I really do. It hurts me to my core. And I'm going like, what can I do to help them enjoy food even when they have macronutrients restrictions? There are so many diabetics out there. There are so many people who are allergic to gluten. There are so many people who are allergic to nuts. And I want to help as many people as I can. That is the sole purpose of this show. Okay? Because Grandma Hershey had her own health scare 3 years ago. And I had to pray and I had to change things. And the Lord blessed me. You can call him Spirit, the divine, master of the universe, Allah. All I know is the most high source blessed me with over 300 recipes within these last 3 years. Blessed me to be able to enjoy food while keeping my numbers down, my medical numbers down. A1C going from 8.7 to 5.3. And every time I go and get blood work, it is still in that range. One time it did get to 5.6. I was starting to freak out a little. Anywho, because my doctor told me, as long as I keep my A1C 6 and under, I will not have to go on medication. My blood pressure was in the 160. Now it is in the 120s. Okay. Grandma Hershey, understand what you're going through. All right. And then my cholesterol was up. It is on a decent level. Okay. And so the things that I had to change, I want to be able to share with others what they can do to have a pleasant life, because who wants to not enjoy food? Okay. I mean, we shouldn't have to eat just because. No, we should be able to enjoy our food. So Grandma Hershey is here to help whoever wants to help. All right. And so a lot of the recipes that I'll be showing will have like nut flours in it, like for the cakes and cookies. However, I have gluten-free recipes that are also nut-free. And so if you want those, then you can email me at grandmahursheycooks@gmail.com. All right. So any recipe that I put on here, if it has anything with nuts in it, believe me, I have an alternative for those who can't eat the nuts. All right. So today's recipe is for pineapple cheesecake bars. And did you know this is episode 10? I'm excited. I'm on a roll and I'm loving every bit of it. Grandma Hershey should have done this a long time ago. I feel like a celebrity. Anywho, so we're making pineapple cheesecake bars, and I got the recipe printed on the I guess that's whatever that little area is when you do the description. So the whole recipe is printed on there, so you can take a picture of it, whatever way you can get that off of there, because Grandma Hershey just learned just recently about putting that on there. Okay, so I want to help you as much as I can. All right. And Grandma Hershey is writing a book, a cookbook. I have enough recipe for 3 books. Then I will go to the Target books. But I want this first volume to come out by October so that you can have it just in time for Thanksgiving dinner. All right. That's the goal. So still keep your fingers crossed, your toes crossed, and the cross. All right. Pray for me. All right. So first thing I need you to do is hit the thumbs up button. Then I need you to go to subscribe. If you don't see the black bell, click it again and then click the black bell. That way, every time I come on, you will get an alert. So you will know that it's time. All right. And I still haven't had time yet to figure out how to alert you sooner than the regular alert. All right. But we're going to get there. Grandma Hershey's still learning. Hey, you can still teach an old chick new tricks. All right. So, and then now, I already told you about the eating lifestyle. I had to change things. I had to stop eating so much stuff that was high in saturated fat. I had to stop eating so much sugar and so much salt. Grandma Hershey not trying to go out with a bunch of pills. All right. So thank God he blessed me and has helped me and is continuing to help me, and he can help you too. And if you want any suggestions or want to know about what all I do for real, just ask me. I don't mind telling you, I'm an open book. Okay. So now I want to give a shout out to my entrepreneur mentor through SCORE. His name is John Wertenberger. And I hope I said his name right. Oh, you know how I am with names. Anywho, he is so nice and so wonderful. And he told me the last time we was at our meeting that when he visited his mother's that they watched the show together. I just love it. I love you and I love your mom, even though I haven't met her. And I also want you to know that his daughter, Anna, is the one who designed my business cards. So shout out to your family. I love you so much. Mwah. And your wife as well, because she's putting up with you being with me. That's an hour time you can have with her. So I thank you and appreciate you, Mrs. Wertenberger. All right. So now, I want to tell you about today's macronutrients. Well, the main four that people worry about. The calories in one piece now is 16 squares in this recipe. So 1/16 is 232.8 calories. The sodium is 186.9 milligrams. The carbs is 20.1 and the sugar is 14.3. That is not bad for a dessert and especially for a cheesecake. Okay, so I just want you to know that. So now let's get started to making this recipe. So the first thing you want to do is preheat that oven to 375 because you know Grandma heard you've been having a problem with preheating her oven. So you want to preheat your oven to 375. Then we're going to make the crust first. So I don't know if you remember, but if you go back to other episodes, you will see these Goldfish graham crackers. And so I use these instead of regular graham crackers because they're lower in sugar and sodium and saturated fat. And they work so great. And this one is the vanilla cupcake. And if you want a chocolate crust, then just get the one that says s'mores. All right. So I take these and then I empty, I usually use my bullet to crush them up because you want to crush these up. And I'll use the bullet or you can use a food processor, whatever you have to crush crackers. That's what you want to use. Don't go beating stuff with a hammer. Now, you know how old school we get. Put it in a plastic bag and beat the crap out of it. Anyway, you don't have to do all that. So you just want to crush up your crackers so that they'll be nice and grounded like these right here. And then you want to take 4.5 teaspoons of erythritol. That's still my substitute. Use whatever sugar substitute you want, but that's what I use. And then you want 3 tablespoons of margarine. And you want to put it at room temperature or what we call soften. All right. Instead of melting it, we're softening it. Okay. Set this right here for now. So we're going to pour the cracker crumbs and the erythritol in here, and we're going to add this margarine. And what we're going to do, we're going to use a fork because we want to crumb it really nice. Because see, a lot of times people melt the butter to put in, but I find that if you put it, really get it blended into the crumbs, when it's finished baking, then it don't fall apart. Trick of the trade. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do this right quick because you know time is of the essence around here. And we don't want to keep you long. All right. So we're going to hurry up and we're going to take this part and see what I'm doing is I am blending this margarine into these crumbs. All right. Because if they're evenly blended into it, then as the heat melts the margarine, then it's binding the crumbs to make you a very nice crust. Okay, so we're going to do this real quick. So that is how you crumb. And if you have a pastry cutter, that's good too, because it's almost like you're making biscuits or pie crust or things like that. You want to get everything blended in well so it can cook well. All right. So now this is pretty good. It just look crumbly, pretty much the same as it looked when you put it in there, except it has the margarine blended all the way through. All right. So you want to take your pan and you want to spray it with cake spray or oil spray. I like to use cake spray for anything that's cakey. Okay, like the crust. So I already sprayed the pan, and this is a 9 by 11 pan. All right. And then you want to pour your crumbs in the pan. Now, Grandma Hershey washed her hands right before she started this show, okay? So make sure you wash your hands because you're going to have to play with your food. You want to press, you want to spread the crumbs out in the pan, and then you want to press it into the pan, all right? Because when it gets done, it's going to be compressed together, and that's what you want. So we're going to hurry up and do that because time is of the essence. We don't have all day. All right. I mean, it's not as fast as TikTok, but it's fast. All right. All right. So the crumbs are pressed in pretty good. Now, normally what you would do next, and we don't have time to do the whole thing on the show, but what you would do next is you would put this in the oven for 5 minutes. And then once that's done, you're going to lower your temperature to 325, and you will take the crust, and put it to the side to cool off for an hour. Pull it to the side to cool off until you're ready to pour your mixture in. I'm sorry. So you're going to put your crumbs in, press it down real good, and it's going to look like this. See how that came out? Oh, you can do it. I know you can. I know you can do it. All right. So we're not going to put it in the oven right now, but that's what you would do next is put it in the oven for 5 minutes. So while that's cooking, you want to get the filling together. And in the filling, we've got 2 cubes, 2 blocks, they call them blocks, 2 blocks of cream cheese. So with this, you want to have 1 plain cream cheese. It's going to say plain on the top, because it's full fat, all right? Then if you're watching your cholesterol, then you're going to get the 1/3 less fat, all right? The Neuchâtel. Parlez-vous français? Okay, anywho, oui. So those are the 2 kinds you want to go into this recipe, and it's a great combination, I promise you. So then you're going to put the cream cheese in the bowl. Cream cheese in the bowl. Get on in that cream cheese. Don't misbehave. And then you're going to add your sugars. 1/4 cup of erythritol or sweetener, whatever brand you like to use, kind you like, and 1/4 cup of regular sugar. So these are not sugar-free. Oh, my hair acting up today. Not sugar-free. So it's 1/4 cup of sweetener and 1/4 cup of sugar. They're low sugar, not sugar-free, because I am still afraid to try complete sweetener, okay? But if you can do it, if you got the guts, and you go for it, and let me know how it turned out, okay? So now we're going to put these sugars in, and we are going to cream the cheese and sugars together. And what you do with that, you're going to turn on the mixer, and you're going to get that stirred in together. It's going to mix in. You're going to do this until it gets smooth. Okay, so that's pretty smooth. You see that? Okay, so we blended that. Then we're going to add to this 2 eggs at room temperature. You want to put it at room temperature because it will blend better. It'll break down faster. Okay, so there's 2 eggs. Then we're going to add 1/4 cup. Oh, I didn't tell you that first. Here we go with the bloopers. Okay, so once you heat you want to drain your pineapples. You want to strain your pineapples. You've got 8-ounce can of crushed pineapples. And what you want to do is you want to strain the juice out as much as possible. And this is a sieve. I want you to know what a sieve is, because on the recipe, it says to drain it through a strainer or a sieve. And these come in so handy. I really love them. And so I like to be able to put it on a tall bowl so that the juice can go through without still touching the bottom of the sieve with the crushed pineapples, okay? And so you want to get as much juice out as possible. So today's lesson, a sieve. All right, that's what it looked like. It looked like a miniature strainer is what I've been calling it. I just figured out today it's a sieve. So we're going to put our crust, and When you strain it, don't throw your juice away because you're going to need 1/4 cup of that juice. All right. And when you get your pineapples, get 100% juice, not that sugary crap. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not going to say crap. I've been told not to say it. Grandma Hershey, don't say it. Okay, so you don't want that sugary junk. So you want 100% juice. Okay, so we're going to put our crushed pineapples in. Okay, then we're going to put our 1/4 cup of the juice that came from the pineapples. All right. Then we have 1/4 cup of sour cream, and we have the light sour cream because of the cholesterol situations. Okay. So, and it tastes just as good. I don't know what the problem is. So put the sour cream in, and you kind of want that at room temperature as well. And the cream cheese, to soften it, you want to take it out a couple of hours before you're ready to make it, to use it, because it will get soft that way. Okay. And the same thing with the margarine. So now also to this recipe, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavor. Gotta have your flavor. And you want a 1/2 teaspoon of xanthan gum. Now, we talked about this before. Go back and look at those episodes, and you're going to find that xanthan gum. And it is very important when you're making gluten-free recipes, because the gluten that makes everything bind is missing. So you need a binder, and xanthan gum, to me, is the best. I tried the Gore gum, Gaur, I think, or UAR, whatever way you spell it. I did not care for it too well, but it works. So we're using xanthan gum, 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, we're going to put that in. All right, and then we're going to kind of stir it a little bit because we don't want no mess. You know, Grandma Hershey don't like messes. So we're going to stir it just a little, and then we're going to beat it. We're going to beat it till it's nice and smooth. And while you're beating it, you want to scrape the sides here and there, because you don't want to pour your stuff out, and then all of a sudden you got stuff stuck in the bottom, all on the side. Right, coming along. Okay, it looks good. All right, so this is what it looks like. And once your crust is ready, then you're going to pour it on top. See, it's pretty creamy. It's nice and creamy. And you'll pour it on top, and you'll spread it out nice and evenly. And then you will bake it at that 325 temperature for 40 minutes. 40 minutes. No more than that, because trust me, it will be done. Now, once, I don't know why my hair is giving me such a problem today. Guess it's trying to make me look cute. I don't know. Anywho, so once it's done, then you're going to put it on the baking rack, a cooling rack. You're going to cool it for 1 hour. Then you're going to put it in the refrigerator for no less than 6 hours. This is something you really need to make the day before or early in the morning. Okay, so then you'll put it in the refrigerator for 6 hours. Then when you take it out, that's when you're going to have your whipped cream. A tub of whipped cream, 8-ounce tub, it says, which we know is more than 8 ounces worth of stuff. But anyways, 8-ounce tub, and you will spread that on top like it's frosting. And once you do that, so you will take your 8-ounce cans of the pineapple tidbits, little tidbits, can you see them? And you will decorate the top of your cheesecake with your tidbits. Now, Grandma Hershey bought these cheap tidbits. Don't do that. A lot of stuff is good that's cheap, but the tidbits, go ahead and get you some Del Monte or some Dole. They're the pineapple people, okay? And their tidbits are better. So, but Grandma Hershey did get the cheap tidbits, but that's not bad. So anyway, let's let's try these cheesecake bars. Now, my good old kitchen elves, you know how I love my elves. They made, oh, the sun, I come in the light. I don't know if you can see that pineapple. I hope you can, because it's real cute. But they made these the cheesecake bars. The picture is on there, so you see what they look like, the same ones. So Grandma Hershey wanted to make sure that they didn't poison us. So let's get a piece. Let's get a piece. Okay, see how they come out? My crumbs are not falling apart from the crust, because a lot of times, if you don't do that crust right, when you start taking out crumbs just flying everywhere. And you're not going to get that if you follow Grandma Hershey's instructions. So look how, don't that look pretty? Oh, so nice. So we're going to take a fork. See how that crust stay in place? Oh, let's try it. I'm telling you, it melts in your mouth. I'm telling you, I'm not kidding. Grandma Hershey wouldn't lie to you. All right. So let's talk about next week's show. We're going to have chocolate chip cookies with toffee. I asked y'all a few weeks back what kind of cookies you wanted me to make, and only one person responded. So we are making chocolate chip cookies with toffee, and they are gluten-free, low sugar, and low carb. And those who are allergic to nuts, I have a different recipe for you. It will still be low sugar, but a few more carbs. Okay, so that is all Grandma Hershey have for you today. I appreciate you coming. I love to see you when you're here. And one day I'm going to have a guest on. How about that? So in the meantime, you have a great week and you have a great day. And remember to come back next week at 4:30. Okay? I love you. Mwah.